What's going on there, everyone? Well, I admittedly did not watch the Democratic debate last night. After watching the first, what was it, 3 or 4 of them, I couldn't sit through that after sitting through all the other ones and the impeachment hearings this week, which are still going on. I got on a monitor up there watching that now, and it's too much. It's much too much. But what is the DNC and just the Democratic Party? What are they doing with Biden? They, at this point, in no way, shape, or form, can believe that this guy is going to be electable. There's no way that they think that. I don't know if they're keeping him around to keep him safe from investigation, which is what I truly think, or if they're keeping him around, which could also be true, as a punching bag for the other Democratic presidential candidates. Because that seems to be what, at these debates, he is. He's just a punching bag. Everyone goes after him, and he gives them all the fuel they need. It's like, God, we on the right, I'm actually feeling sorry for this guy. They are ripping him a new one, and he's giving them all the ammunition they need. The guy's he's losing it, man. I don't know if he's got Alzheimer's or something, but something's not right, and we've seen him getting worse. The guy's getting worse. Let's get into this story. I don't like the way they framed it, but let's just get into the story. Screw their framing. Biden spoke Wednesday at the Democratic debate hosted by Washington Post in Georgia, discussing how to mobilize African American voters for the upcoming election. "I'm part of the Obama coalition," Biden said. "I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am," Biden added. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African American woman who's been elected to the Senate, he said. Senator Kamala Harris, a California Democrat, then interrupted him amidst laughter to say, "No, the other one's right here." Biden, if you're gonna try to make like a big power statement, know what you're talking about, man. Because there was another thing that we're gonna get into that Biden said that really it irritates me in a very big way. But we'll get to that. I said the first African American woman. So my point is, one of the reasons I was picked to be vice president was because my long-standing relationship with the black community, Biden said. I was part of that coalition. Yeah, dude, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Gosh. Then we jump over here to this story. Biden on violence against women. "We have to keep punching at it, and punching at it, and punching at it." Now, I know what he was trying to say. Everyone knows what he was trying to say. Did he say it right? No, he sounded like a freaking buffoon. But we know what he was trying to say. But then he went on to say something that really, really bothered me. Because no one ever brings this up. I don't know why. We're supposed to want equal rights for everybody, aren't we? But we don't get that. We almost never get that. "No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than self-defense." I agree with that. "And that rarely ever occurs," Biden said. So that's where I do not agree with him at. Rarely? Let's look at some statistics real quick. On average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10,000 women and men. All right, so here we get into some of the statistics. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical violence, among other things. That's not a rare situation. 1 in 9, and it also shows that women aren't significantly more affected. They're just not. It's not significant. Yes, they are more affected. I get that, but it's not significant. It's It's not a rarely ever occurs. No, as you can see right here, it happens a lot. And then you go down here, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. And that includes slapping, shoving, pushing, fighting, domestic violence. So to say that this rarely ever happens against men or whatever is fundamentally wrong. And I hate this because this happens a lot. This is one of those things that really bothers me about our institutions and our own thought processes about things. Men can be victims. Most men that are victims will not come out about it for a various number of reasons. Don't want to be picked on, don't want to be made fun of, don't want to be seen as weak, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So yes, this does happen, and I don't even know, because of the way men are, men are generally stubborn when it comes to stuff like that, and don't want to say anything to anybody. We don't even know the actual numbers, because there's probably more men that just refuse to speak up still to this day. And women, speak up every time something real happens to you. I understand that. I get that. I don't think y'all should have to think y'all need to live in some type of fear, because you don't, If you're in a bad situation, you have the power to get out of that situation. Do whatever you have to do. Get out, just get out. Everyone supports that. Everyone will support you if you are a victim of domestic violence. That's how it works. People aren't mean, inherently. I mean, it seems to be more and more nowadays people are becoming mean because they're not able to separate reality from the internet world. But come on, man. And, yeah, they got the Violence Against Women Act, which I don't think should be. It should be just a straight-up domestic violence act or something, which I think we already have. But, yeah, just to make it a Violence Against Women Act, women aren't the only ones suffering from this stuff. Come on. Equality, people. Equality. The left always screams they want equality. Well, I'm on the right and I'm screaming I want equality on this issue. It's a bad issue, People shouldn't be hitting people they claim to love. Shouldn't happen. I understand it does happen. And I understand that there's times where even good people can snap and something can happen. I get that. But it's just strange. It's strange. I didn't care for the way he was making it seem. Because everyone and their mothers lately have been attacking men for the past, since Trump got elected. Stop attacking men and stop propping women up on this crazy pedestal. We are equal partners that we need to be equal in how we deal with situations. Because it happens to everybody. Yes, like I said, I understand it happens a little bit more to women. And that needs to be stopped. Agreed. But it still happens to a considerable amount of men also. We need to talk about that too. For some reason, that's always the elephant in the room when talking about domestic violence. We're not allowed to talk about the domestic violence perpetrated by women against men. Which is, like I said, it's surprisingly often that happens. It's crazy. But back to the whole thing. How much longer are the Democrats gonna let Joe Biden keep making himself and the party as a whole, because he's connected to it, look crazy, look foolish? Half the time the guy doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know what state he's in. I mean, he doesn't even know what era he's in. The guy needs to, someone needs to let him know, you've done a wonderful job working for our country throughout your life. We appreciate your work you've done, but we think it's time that you hang them boots up, man. You gotta hang the boots up, Biden. You got enough going on. You got enough going on that you don't need this. We don't need you. We don't need you. It's sad. It's kind of, like I said, it actually bums me out because I don't like Biden. But gosh, I mean, they're just ripping him apart He rips himself apart. He doesn't know what he's talking about when he tries to state some facts, what he considers facts, which are never actually factually accurate. So, I don't know. It's kind of sad and pathetic, but the DNC keeps trying to push him forward. And I'm sure they're sweating a lot now, too, because of after Elizabeth Warren came out with how much her Medicare for All and all that was going to cost. She took a big hit for that. She took a big hit for that. So I don't know what we're going to see out of these freaks. I really don't. It's gotten comical in a scary way. Because these people are trying to be the leader of our country, and they're all just not that great. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I know who I'm voting for. I'm going to have to vote for Trump, of course. Because when the country's doing well, why would I give it to one of these people who are going to destroy the economy and everything within 10 years? So, no. I'm not going to deal with that, I'd much rather deal with Trump. I can put up with Trump's tweets and some of the crazy hyperbolic things he says, the bombastic nature he has. Yeah, I can deal with that. That's no problem. Because I just don't pay attention to that. Very simple. I don't care about what the president tweets. I don't look at his tweets. It's a pretty simple thing to do. I go by what I see. And what have we seen? Democrats trying to tear everything down, take our freedoms. They're becoming more and more authoritarian in nature. And the Republicans are becoming better. They're becoming a better conservative party. You're getting more modern conservatives in. And the more of these neocons and stuff we can push out or push to the side, I think we're going to do even better in the future. In the years to come, I think we're going to be building a strong coalition of people. The left, they're in a civil war with each other. You got the progressives and the Democrats, and they fight each other pretty harshly. You can see in the debates themselves. Gotta love it, though. Love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.